Hey, what's up, card fighters? So I'm back here with another GRANFIA match for my one deck one week series that I'm doing right now. Apparently, you guys really like that idea, so I'm giving it a shot this week. The first week is going to be GRANFIA, and a little bit of spoilers. Next one deck one week is going to be Barrel Magnus. I have been testing Barrel Magnus in the background, and I think it's potentially very playable this format. Might not be, might be cope, but we're gonna give it the good college try because it is one of our favorite decks, the favorite deck of standard since when I started playing standard. Playing against Gravidia here, so my opponent's on the play, pitching a meteor here, searching for their world order, and this is actually a very tough matchup for us because Gravidia is very able to like hap-handedly clear the board, and it's a little bit of a struggle for us, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This match is a little bit of an uphill battle, but it isn't completely unplayable. Going for a little bit of a grade 1 rush here. Swing with the pumpkin, damage checks the Gravidia. Swing with our Vanguard, damage checks the grade 3 snake. Pitches another order card here, or another meteor order. Swings for 10 at our Vanguard. We choose to block with a 15. Swings for 15, we take it. Grab our grade 1 order here, and we're going to immediately play it. Choose to dump another order card. Calling out the grade 1 from the ride line because since I played an order card this turn, it's 10k. So it makes a nice 18k column. And we swing for 10. Again, I'm sorry about the glare, guys. It's really nasty here, actually, low-key. And then we swing at the rear guard. He guards for 15. He's going to grab 2 grade 1 meteors here, so he is going to be able to draw. He's going to elect not to soul charge. Calls out to the snake here, so he is going to be able to get the pop 5 off immediately. And I do decide to just perfect guard the Vanguard. Bitching Persona Ride, unfortunately, but we had to. Gets a grade 2 and a grade 2 Meteorite. We guard for 15 on the other attack. We take this one, and we start our turn. We start our turn at 2 damage. Pitch a heal trigger here. Do we pitch a heal trigger here? Yeah, we pitch a heal trigger here to ride. And I think we were trying to go... I'm not sure what we were trying to do here. Yeah, I'm not sure what we were trying to do here, because we don't have any soul. Unless I have like a Mushroom Brothers I'm going to activate, I won't be able to get my Noblest Rose token. This was a little bit of go, so I might be a little bit confused on what I'm trying to do. I call a Reflusia here. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm going for the... Yeah, it looks like I'm not going for the Noblest Rose token at all. And I'm just deciding to call a board out. Yeah, I just decide to make a board. And we check nothing, opponent checks nothing, swing for 13 at the rear guard. And then we swing for 14 at the other rear guard. He guards with a 5k, and now it's his turn. Not sure what exactly we were going for there, but we definitely couldn't do much on that turn regardless. So I'm not sure if that was the correct play to even do. He's going to elect to draw 2, but not soul charge. And he's going to activate the new grade 2 from set 9, Operate Master. He's going to search for a copy of his Vanguard. Discard a card, search for a copy of his Vanguard. And he's just going to go for the pop 2 here. Can't pop 5. And I choose to overtrigger to pass the Vanguard, and he does get the overtrigger. So that is the end of game 1. His Vanguard has 4 criticals. So we move it on to game 2 here. I'm going to go ahead and start her off. Pitch a draw trigger here. Then we're going to draw 2 and pitch a Frozen Resentment. Say go to our opponent. They pitch a Meteorite card here. And they grab their World Order. Draw for turn. Then swing for 8. We take it. They get a critical trigger. Pitch Mushroom Brothers here. Get a Frozen Resentment. Debating how I want to do this turn. Activate a Mushroom Brothers here. Make 2 plant tokens. Call a Rafflesia. Make 2 more plant tokens. And swing for 10 here. He doesn't get a defensive. Swing for 15 here. He doesn't guard. We get a draw trigger. Doesn't get a defensive. We swing for 24 here. And he goes to 3 damage. No defensive triggers. He's going to pitch a grade 2 Meteorite here. Ride up. Then he's going to activate his World Order here. And he's going to swing at our Vanguard for 10. Which we wanted to pass here just because we didn't need the Rafflesia anymore. That's the only reason why I did it, was to try and get her off board. Instead of, just calling over her. And we decide to guard the rear guard just to stay at low damage. Pitch the draw here. And we're going to activate the Noblest Rose token. So we have 4 plant gauges right now. I'm going to keep track for you guys. Activate Frozen Resentment here. Pitch another Frozen Resentment. And my opponent is also the tournament organizer / judge for the event. He was called away for a moment because of a ruling. That's okay. It just gave me a little bit of a time to see what I want to do. I believe I was trying to go for the Mushroom Brothers play here. That's why I have the card pulled out there for a second. He'll be back any moment now. If anything, I can just... Yeah. There we go. So he's back, and we are deciding to call out the Mushroom Brothers. Call out 2 Inlet Pulses here. I give 5k to one of the Inlet Pulses. He cuts my deck because I went through the deck. Swing for 13 here. He takes it. And we swing here. Looks like we have 6. So that's going to be 48 at the Vanguard. He perfect guards. We get a heal trigger here. No heal, but we're going to give power to the other Inlet Pulse. And then I go for a pop 5 here and give plus 25k to the other standing Inlet Pulse. So we're going to swing for 28 here. He takes it, and then we're going to swing for 38 here, which he guards with 2 15s, and we draw 2 cards off the Inlet Pulses. He rides up to Gravidia, searches 2 grade 1 Meteorites. And he's again going to go for the draw, but no soul charge. Drew into the OT there, I see. He's going to get a grade 1 Meteorite and a grade 2 Meteorite, so he's going to be able to do the pop 5 here. I just perfect guard the Vanguard. It's going to give crit power to rear guards. So it's going to be 2 damage. 28, I believe, 2 damage. And we just guard that with 2 15s, and that's way more 2 damage, so we just take the other one. We draw. Create a Noblest Rose token here. Get a plant gauge. Soul Blasting 2 here to get 4 plant gauges off the 2 pumpkins. Then we're going to get a plant gauge for turn, so that's 6. And we're going to swing for 21 here at the Vanguard, which he blocks it. And then we're going to swing again for 18 plus 30, 48, which this is a 2 to pass here, I believe. Yeah, it's a 2 to pass. But I believe I gave power to the orange, crit to the inlet pulse, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So we swing here for 38 to crit, which he ends up having to take it. He gets a defensive heal, but he didn't get another defensive heal. So that is the end of game 2. We are going to game 3 now. If anything, let me speed this up for you guys a little bit. Okay, so we're right where we need to be. He rides up, and he had the world order in hand, and I was rereading his grade 1. I told him that he still has to search for it. He doesn't have an option to not search a deck, so he still has to shuffle his deck. Riding up here, pitching 2, or drawing 2, and then pitching a set order here. I believe we just try to go super wide. Yeah, we go super wide here. And yeah, but I believe he does get a defensive trigger here. You know, you always can't just try and go for these, like, well, it's not like that it costs us much, but it's more of like, you know, you can't always, like, do these plays and, like, you know, your opponent doesn't hit a trigger. You know, if he hits a trigger, he hits a trigger. It is what it is at the end of the day, which he does. We swing, and we don't hit an offensive trigger here. Pitches a draw trigger for turn here. Swing for 10 at our Vanguard. We guard for 15. And then we take his 15. Yeah, we take it. Damage check a Persona Rad, unfortunately. Pitching, getting our grade 1 back here. And we don't have much to do here. I think I tried to go for the damage deny play here. Yeah, I think I tried to go for the damage deny play. What am I doing? I put it on pause. I'm sorry, guys. And I believe I moved my own camera. So yeah, I think I swing for 10 at the rear guard. He chooses to take it. And yeah, I didn't deal him any damage, hoping he didn't have a countercharger in hand, which I don't believe in his current, at least in this current build for this tournament, he wasn't running any counterchargers. So he's going to get 2 meteors here and draw 2 cards. Draws into 2 meteors. And he's going to swing for the vanilla 13, which we decide to 2 to pass here. Swings for 15 here. We take it. And draw. Pitch a 15 here to ride. Immediately make our Noblest Rose token. We currently have 4 plant gauges. Which this was the first build I took to tournament, and a major flaw that I realized with this build was that, like, in terms of board building, I only had one outlet to board build, which was the set orders. Not the set orders, I keep calling them set orders. Which was the normal order cards, which would only revive 1 card, which in reality, I should have been running Diantha, which actually, you know, kudos to my opponent here, the tournament organizer slash judge for, Oviedo versus Locals. His name is Nicholas Wolford, and he actually gave me the idea by showing me a couple GRANFIA lists. And I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was being a little bit stubborn, because I usually just like to go off of my own ideas, but I did glance at some of the builds. They were using Diantha, and that's where I got the idea to use Diantha for my secondary list that I used to play at House Rules Gaming. So, shoutouts to him. You know, he did, whether I like it or not, he did give me some, he did get the gears in my brain turning to, just improve this deck to where it needed to be. He Persona Road here, got the 2 meteorites, drew 2 cards, and he's going to call the snake, get the grade 2 meteorite here, and there's nothing much, plays a meteor for turn, so he's pretty much all set to go here. Gets rid of our 2 rear guards. Perfect Guard the Vanguard. He gets a double draw trigger here, which is really good for him. Swing here, we take it. Another another Persona Ride, which was really bad for us. I think we actually really need Persona Ride in the next turn, and then we just take the next attack, which was unfortunately a heal trigger, but we don't resolve a heal. And because we weren't running extra ways to revive outside of the order cards, I was actually running into the problem of like, man, I'm milling all my pieces and like I'm only getting one back, and like I'm deck thinning my deck of like my plant token pieces, and I'm not getting, and it's not helping me in terms of like milling my plant token. Like it's essentially like I'm making it to where it's like I'm making my deck low key inconsistent, even though I'm deck thinning. We go for the rear guard here for 15. Swing at the Vanguard for 38, I believe. He perfect guards, get a crit, give everything the orange. And then we only pop 4 here, which I didn't realize until I was at house, like my second locals, that I could also pop the Noblest token. So a lot of times, like as you see during this match, for no reason, I was leaving it on board, which I would have gotten more value off of just like killing it since it's gonna die anyway. So I didn't realize that, guys, until until my second locals of the deck, which, to be fair, I made the same, my opponent's deck is really thin here. I made the same mistake with Vanguard. I didn't notice that Vanguard gave 5k to himself when he activated his ability. The first locals I played with the deck, so it's just like, it just shows you guys, it's really important that like it doesn't matter like what skill level you are at. It's really important that you just read your cards. Even if you think that you know what they do, read your cards. He doesn't get a double heal here because we were at the same damage, but he does get that double power pump up here. I guard the second attack with the OT. Activate the order card here. Mill another order. And it's just, we're really down bad at this point. Thumbing over what I could possibly do on my turn. And I think I just decided to go for the orange here. Yeah, I just decided to go for the orange here. Hoping I get an offensive trigger. Which I do. So I end up giving all effects to the rear guard, swing at the other rear guard, and then we swing at the Vanguard, which he guards with a 10k. Persona Rad's here, and he doesn't have any Meteorite cards left. Goes for the pop 5 here. And we just take it. We get a heal trigger here. And we get another heal trigger here. So we're at 33 now. And we had Persona Ride, the last Persona Ride, but we had nothing else to do here. Or we didn't have much here to do. We made our Noblest token, called out a Perfect Guard, Mushroom Brothers here, make 2 tokens, another Mushroom Brothers, make 2 more tokens, and then we're going to swing for 26 with a Perfect Guard. Which there was an argument to maybe not do that, and maybe like not make the Noblest Rose token here and just make plant tokens, maybe. Maybe that would have been the better option and just keep the Perfect Guard in hand. Maybe I would have survived longer, but this was definitely my opponent's game to win. The double heal was just like luck. It was just luck. And I believe I was like betting on another heal in my deck. Like I ain't even gonna lie. I was betting on another heal in my deck. Swings for 13 here. I believe we attempt to 1 to pass him, but he gets the trigger. Yeah, he gets a crit trigger here. And then I told him I know how. So he accidentally gives the crit to Vanguard, but power to the rear guard. And I told him, hey man, like I know you're the coordinator here, you're the judge here. You know what you meant to do. I know what you meant to do. This is locals. I'm not gonna do you like that. So I said, I know you meant to do everything on Vanguard, so we're gonna do this as if you did everything on Vanguard, and that's what we did. I did end up having like one heal left in deck, but we just didn't hit it. We were lucky, but we weren't that lucky. But it was really close. Besides that, again, maybe in hindsight, I should have just made a board full of tokens, and then swung with tokens with the Mushroom Brothers. I think they would have been like 20k lanes. Yeah, they would have been like 20k lanes. And then maybe keeping the Perfect Guard would have been the smarter choice and clearing up his front row and trying to play for deck out, but that didn't really guarantee me the win. That was more of a buy me more time to stall tactic. But anyways, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is the GRANFIA week, the GRANFIA one deck one week. So there will be GRANFIA matches all week. Later, guys.